Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry that it took me a little bit to make this video. I just was busy doing other things, like just waiting for my scrambled eggs to be done. So it was taking a little bit because I was making that too. So I'm gonna talk about the best albums of 2020 so far, video 3, part 2 of this video I've been doing for the past hour or so. So I'm gonna start where I left off, and yeah, let's dive into this video. Now, the 14th album I'm gonna talk about is Polaris: The Death of Me, which I really love this album. It's one of my favorite albums this year. Um, it's just it talks about anxiety, depression, and loss. This is what the band's motto is, or how you basically describe them as. But Polaris did a great job on this album. And Jamie Hale's voice in this was just great. I really loved it. I like Pray for Rain as the opening song to the album, which is pretty cool. Uh, then it had really great breakdowns as well. Hypermania was another great song, even though it was radical, it still was good. Masochist is a favorite of mine. I didn't think I'd like it at first, but I really do now. It's really good. Landmine's a favorite. Vagabond was good. Creatures of Habit was great. Above My Head was another great song. And the other three tracks, I think All of This Is Fleeting's my favorite, for sure. And so is Masochist. Those are favorites of mine. But yeah, definitely check this band out if you haven't heard of them. They're called Polaris, and their new album's called The Death of Me. So that's number 14 I talked about. At number 15 is Flora Cash with Baby It's Okay. Now this one is a mellow record, and Born in the Slumber was on the Death Stranding Timefall album that came out in 2019, like late 2019, back in November. But it was really good. I really enjoyed that soundtrack, and I did enjoy the song as well. It was really cool. Kind of depressive vibes I was getting from it, but I still enjoyed it as a whole. Um, the next song, I can't remember, You Love Me, I think it's called, and that was actually pretty good. Um, there wasn't any disappointing tracks on this album. Maybe a few, but not too many. Uh, I didn't like the electricity. It was hard to pronounce how she was singing it. Uh, I can't remember her name. Spresha, I think it's called. But yeah, Still Alive's a favorite. They Own This Town was good. Love Is in the Small Things was a favorite of mine, and many others. There were quite a number of tracks that were really good. So, I definitely recommend you guys listen to this album. It's only a digital album, but it's alright. So, yeah, the 15th album I talked about at number 15 was Flora Cash with Baby It's Okay. At number 16 is Niall Horan with Heartbreak Weather. Now, I did enjoy the title track, which was amazing. It was a great way to open the record. Then you have Put a Little Love on Me, which was good. Arms of a Stranger was a favorite of mine. And many others. No Judgment was a solid song, but it's still enjoyable at times, I guess. But I don't really have much to discuss about it other than the fact that he did a good job on this album. And at number 16 is Niall Horan with Heartbreak Weather. And number 17 is Childish Gambino with 3/15/20. This was supposed to come out on March 15th, 2020, which was a Sunday, but it decided to come out a week later, which was 3/22/2020, or March 22nd, 2020 is what the date was called or whatever. But I still enjoyed this record. Time was a good song, which featured Ariana Grande in it. Then you have Feels Like Summer, which was really good. And there were a few other tracks that I did enjoy. Thank You something. I can't remember what it was called. It was something / thank you, but Sweet Things / thank you, that's what it's called. That was a really good one. It did close the album out, but I hated that they mixed it around. That kind of really just bothered me, and I can't give it a higher rating. Only an 8.5 out of 10. Still, it was good, but it got mixed around, the tracks. They mixed it around and ended it with a different track, the album, but it's alright. At number 17 was Childish Gambino with 3/15/20. At number 18 is The Weeknd with After Hours. This album almost made Album of the Year, but it still was a good album. I enjoyed the title track with which was called After Hours, which was really good. Then you have Until I Bleed Out, which is the final track to the album. Save Your Tears was pretty catchy. I like Blinding Lights. I like Faith. Alone Again was good. I like when it gets to the 2-minute mark and he's going, I na 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 alone again, or whatever. It's really catchy. I really like that melody to it in the second half of the track of Alone Again. It closes out pretty well. And then Too Late was pretty good. Hardest to Love was an amazing song. So was Scared to Live. Escape from LA was a favorite. Heartless was probably the only track that I just can't like. It was kind of my least favorite, but it still did alright. And In Your Eyes was a good song. Repeat After Me was just an interlude, so it was alright. But at number 18 was The Weeknd with After Hours. Number 19 is Heat with Heat 2. This was a pretty good album. I really enjoyed it. I was surprised. It kind of was like a hard rock album, or just a normal rock album. Maybe they had a mixture of classic rock and hard rock into it, but they did an awesome job on their new album, and I'll commend them for that. Can't remember the track names for it, but I remember that I did enjoyed it. So at number 19 was Heat with Heat 2. Number 20 is Pearl Jam with Gigaton. That was a really good album. Whoever Said was a favorite. Super Blood Wolf Moon was alright. Wasn't my favorite track, but it was alright. I had a few issues with some tracks on this album, like Buckle Up and also Quick Escape. But the rest of the songs did really good, and I was surprised. The final track closes out the record, River Cross, and I think it was an awesome song. I really liked it. And yeah, at number 20 was Pearl Jam with Gigaton. Number 21 is Beyond Unbroken with Running Out of Time. Now, I love this album a lot. I wouldn't say it's album of the year, but there are a few tracks that are iffy to like. I can't remember which tracks I liked and disliked. I didn't like In My Head that much. It was okay, but it could have done a little better. Then there's Smile, which was a quirky kind of song. But Smoke I really liked. The Nightmare was great. Running Out of Time's my favorite track on this album. And the remix version's actually not too bad. Hold On was pretty good. So was Enemy. Fuck Things Up was... I Fuck Things Up is what it's called. Was actually really good. And yeah, there's a lot of good tracks on here. Unfortunately, it was like 30 minutes, but it still did an awesome job with what they were doing. So I'll commend them for that. And at number 21 is Beyond Unbroken with Running Out of Time. I'll have to come back at you again for the final video for the best albums of 2020 so far. Part 2 video 4. I'm so used to saying part 4 or whatever, but it's the part 2 version of the best albums, which is a lot that I talked about. I already talked about 21 albums already, and I'm almost done, finally. But comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the best albums of 2020 so far, part 2, video 3, if you liked it. And if you liked this video, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I will come back at you for video 4 for the best albums of 2020 so far, part 2, which is a long title. But I'll return to you for that. And the Metallica Ride the Lightning album review is going to be sometime today. So definitely stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one.